In this video, we'll be looking at this function NetShareEnum to enumerate all the computer shares on the computer. So it retrieves information about each shared resource on a server. And here you can see the syntax. The return type is NetAPI status. So let's Google search for this. And if you go to this pinvoke.net website, here we have the values. So the return type is actually integer. So based on the return type, what you can do is you can compare the return type integer to this. So we can just compare the integer to these values. So let's first declare our import. So this function is in netapi32.dll. So let's do the import. So I am putting this return type as integer and the function name. And the first argument is the server name. So it's normally the computer name. You can also pass the domain controller computer name as well. So it is lmstr. So it's similar to, we can marshal as wide character string. Marshal as unmanaged type dot lpwstr. So we can now just pass this as string. It will be converted to this wide character pointer. So copy this server name, and the second parameter is level. So here you can see the level indicates the depth of enumeration you want to do on that particular computer. If you give the value 0, you need to you will get the return type of this pointer. So I will get a normal address that is pointing to the output structure. So let's open this share info 0, and here you can see there is only one member in this structure, that is net name. So pointer to Unicode string specifying the shared name of the resource. So it will just simply get the name of the share. Okay, let's create the structure on that name. So let's copy this. And public struct the struct name. So this is also can be marshaled to this wide character string. So we can say marshal as. So we can just simply copy this. So we are good to go. Now the second parameter for our function is the level. So let's first say that is integer. So we don't see any negative here. So we can say integer level. And the third type is a pointer. So we can say the return type is pointer. We can just specify with this int pointer. And the next one is preferred maximum length. The maximum length of the data we need to return. So let's say Win32, and the entry is read. So the number of entries the function has read, and the next one is total entries. So we need to pass this as a reference. Because the out parameter, we need to pass this as a reference, so we get the value to our variable, so the total entries. So sometimes you can get there are total entries, let's say 5 entries, you will be able to only read only few entries, because we do not have access to that some particular share. And the next one is resume handle. If you want to continue searching through the shares, you can use this handle. So for now, let's you can say null. Okay, this is our function. Now we can call this, and the return type, say let's int result is equals to NetShareEnum of, and the first parameter is string name. So let's go and find our host name. So I'm testing this on my machine. I also tested on the track me throwback network, and it's working perfectly. So the host name of the computer, and the level is 0, because we have only the structure of shared info 0. And the next one is buff ptr. We need to create an int ptr. Let's say buff ptr is equals to we want to, let's say first one we can initialize this to 0, and after that we can say ref buff ptr. So upon the function execution, we will get the address into this buff ptr. We can convert that to structure using Marshall. So the next one is preferred max one length. So I guess we can say just 100, I guess, or let's say 100. Entries read, so this will be entries is equals to 0, and also we can say entries read and total entries. Ref entries read comma ref total entries. Oh, we need to initiate this as well. Okay, the last one is actually null, pointer dot 0. So this should do fine, and the return type with the functions that seeds, we return type is ner success. So if you go to this, so what is the value of this success? I think 0. Yes, it's 0. So we can also print that as well. Result is comma result. Okay, we need we did not say ref. Okay, so let's first normally run this. Okay, and here we can see the function successfully executed. We need to extract this is a pointer that is pointing to the first element of this structure. So we need to convert that pointer into the structure. So what we can do is we can use Marshall dot ptr to structure. So we need to pass the pointer, and the second one is type of the structure, so that it can calculate the size of the structure, and it will take this members information, and it will give you a proper structure format. So buff ptr comma type of, and this structure name, so type of share info 0. and the return type is share info, let's say s0 is equals to, and we need to cast this incoming structure into this share info structure, so that the members will be actually placed in this uh, the net name, so that net name will be accurate. So what I can do is I can say print s0 dot she0 net name. So if I go and run this, and here you can see the admin dollar. Also, let's also print total entries. And if you run this, and here we can see there are 4 entries, but we have only one output, that because our pointer is pointing to the first structure we have written. If you add the length of this structure to this pointer, you will get the first element of the next structure. So what you can do is buff ptr plus is equals to 4. So why 4? The string is a pointer, so it occupies the 4 bytes. So let's copy this. Let's cut this and paste here. Now if we go and run this, I will get the next share. So we can loop over this one. For int I is equals to 0, I less than total entries I plus plus. So let's go and run this. Now you can see we got the same name because we are not incrementing it. So let's go and increment this. Buff ptr plus is equals to 4. Let's run this, and here we can see all of the shared names. But you don't need to calculate the size of this member. You can say Marshall dot size of, just like in the previous videos how we found the structure's size and we printed on the console. In similar way we can say type of this share info 0. So let's run this one. So it will automatically calculate the structure size and it will add to this pointer, so that we get the first member of the next structure. So let's run this and we get the same output. So this is how you enumerate the shares using the NetShareEnum function. So this is the level 0. We get the plain only the name of the share. So let's see the level 2. This in this structure we will get much more information. So the type of the share. So I also made this. This is my GitHub pages. If you go to this WinAPI with C# examples, now you see this NetShareEnum, and these are the share types. So you get the number depending upon the type of the share. And also you can get the permissions, current users, path, actual path. So let's go and create this share info 2. So actually we can copy this and paste here and change this to 0 to 2, and this is D word. So first let me copy all of these members. Okay, the remark is this one same. We can master this as a string. So public string, and the remaining up to next three members are deworld. So paste here. Public string. So I think our structure was completed, so we are good to go. So you need to just change this level to 2 and it will return a pointer that is pointing to the like array of these shared info 2 structures. So all you need to do is change this to 2 2 2 and change everywhere from 0 to 2. So let's give it a try. Okay, we did not get correct result. So 2123. So the error is 2123. Search for 2123. Okay. Oh, so this is the I think the number of bytes were the problem. So we changed this preferred max one and to this one. So that's we got the output. So we can also print other members as well. S2 dot and path, I guess path. Let's cut this and paste below this net name. S2 dot. Let's go and run this, and here we can see the actual path of this. And one thing I want is the type of this one. So is the type. Okay, where is the type? Okay, we did not put this as public. That's why I can't see in the suggestion. So let me delete this maximum uses. Now you can see this is the type. So I have already wrote this one. So you can see this ordered dictionary. So let's copy this. Now we need to check every value. If the type is greater than or is equals to this one, then we are going to print this. So let's also copy this one. We need to import using system.collections.specialized, so that we can use ordered dictionaries. So let's print here. So we can just so let's go and run this. There are errors. And now we can see we got this type of the share. It's a special share reserved for inter-process communication. So this is how you enumerate the shares using this NetShareEnum function. And also I want to give you guys a exercise. So that is net user enum. So this is all of these functions starting with this net are somewhat similar. See here, you can see net user enum. It will give you all the users. So the same syntax of these parameters, and also there are levels. You can see it's just the difference is like share info and user info. So you can see the same exact ditto copy of this function NetShareEnum. So give it a try.